This is Live from Mars, your go-to pop music podcast, and I'm your host, Alex. You may know me as Mars from TikTok, Instagram, wherever you have found me. Welcome or welcome back. And today is Monday, February 2nd. It is the day after the Grammys. From the opening moment to the premiere ceremony before the actually televised event until very late last night, I was sitting in this exact same chair reacting to all of these big wins, all of the exciting performances, and I'm really looking forward to sitting down today to recap it all with my good friend Amanda. If you've been listening to or watching Live from Mars for a while, you probably are familiar with Amanda. She has been on the show, I don't even know how many times now, to talk about new music recommendations, deep dives into our favorite albums, including Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and even had her on last year to talk about our Grammy predictions and our recap of the show. So we are doing that exact same thing this year to have Amanda back to talk through last night's awards. But before I bring Amanda in, a huge thank you to all of you who have been tuning into the podcast, who have been following me over on Substack. Substack is my brainchild. It is my favorite thing about creating content in 2026. And if you're not already subscribed over on Substack, there are two ways to do it. You can join me on the free side of the coin, where you get a weekly newsletter every single Friday that breaks down my reviews of the week's biggest new songs. And if you're looking to support me as a full-time content creator, you can pay $5 a month and get access to an additional weekly newsletter that drops every Tuesday. It's called Pop Pulse. I run through the biggest weekly news stories in the music industry, in addition to giving you a look into who's dropping new music that week and in the weeks to come. Any content you may have missed, you also get access to my full-length, unedited, uncut for copyright wherever it is reaction videos. You also get full-length written album reviews and exclusive content that is not available anywhere else. You can check out my Substack at vinylbymars.substack.com. If you're a fan of the Live from Mars podcast, you can follow the podcast and subscribe to it on your favorite podcast provider. But without any further ado, let's bring Amanda in to talk all things Grammys. Manders, welcome back to Live from Mars.
Was this episode number 5?
Of you being on it? I honestly lost count.
Know.
I was doing the little intro before and I was like, what are all the times Amanda has been on? I know we did 2 Grammy ones last year. I know we did Gaga at some point. I know we did like a new music rundown at another point, but there's
I don't remember.
More than 5, I'm sure of it.
I'm just a regular here.
You're a regular here. You are a citizen of Mars.
Hell yeah. Please get me out of here.
Literally, with everything going on in the world, let's just all take a rocket ship and let's get the rocket ship that Katy Perry went up to space in.
Yeah, literally.
And just go land somewhere else.
Leave me there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time to come back. So I knew when we did the Grammy stuff last year, I know we did like predictions of who we thought was going to win, and then we recapped the show. And I'm like, we got to continue the, what's the word?
Tradition.
The tradition. That's the word. See, it is Monday night at 7 p.m. after
we're both brain fried, so
36 hours of nonstop Grammy content, in addition to me being in LA this past week for Grammy stuff and events and interviews, which was amazing. But it is time to start winding down on the Grammys, and we're going to close this chapter with us going through and reviewing the show, talking about the best performances of the night, best winners, any surprises, snubs we want to go through, and then we're going to leave you guys with a little sneak preview of who we think will be playing in the 2027 Grammy. So a year from right now, who are we going to be talking about winning or losing? So that is our little run of show for today. But I want to kick things off. I want you, Amanda, tell me in your overarching thoughts what you thought of last night's show as a viewer and also as someone who works in the music industry, what you thought of the Grammys last night.
I thought it was a great show. I didn't realize it was the last one that Trevor Noah was going to be hosting.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He made quite a few wonderful remarks.
They were unbelievable.
Great things.
He just went off. He's like, I don't give a shit anymore. I am just going for it.
It was great. I think the performances were all really great. I think Sabrina's performance to start was awesome.
Yeah.
She crushed it. I don't really care about Bruno Mars.
I want to talk about him.
Everyone's saying that Addison did really bad, but I thought it was good. So we can talk about that.
I'll save it.
I feel really bad for Alex Warren, and he handled it like a champ.
Shout out to Alex Warren. I know that we've had a little bit of a. I know Alex Warren and I know that we've had a little bit of a rough road over the last year or so between you using my footage without my approval and putting me on screen at your tour and never getting an apology like some others did.
Oh, forgive and forget.
I will say that I felt awful for him last night. He did not deserve
what happened.
I know.
That's like your big moment.
Although I will just put out there that I did post my reaction to his performance, and it was more positive than negative, surprisingly. And it got flagged by TikTok for copyright claim. And I am starting this theory in my head that they don't want the video getting out as more than they already can control. Whatever. being silenced over on TikTok. What else
I
is new?
think the winners, like, I don't really have much beef with what happened besides one category, which we can get into. I think you
Okay.
probably know which one that is. And the tribute was freaking awesome.
Hmm.
Post Malone doing Ozzy Osbourne was insane.
What a moment.
Honestly, I was fully entertained the whole time. Noah Khan, a debut
Yeah.
music video was
That was
cool.
one of the best moments of the entire thing for me.
Yeah. Oh, Harry coming out at the end, which did we know that he was presenting or
Yes.
gonna be there? Okay, I think I missed that, and I was, like, utterly surprised that he was walking out there.
Like,
It was kind of like a new surprise for me again,
it's the fact that
and
he came out to "Where Is My Husband?" Like, they knew
no,
exactly
that
what
was
they were doing.
perfect.
Like, they are chronically online just like all of
That was
us,
a good
and they
husband.
ran with it. But,
No,
like,
it was good humor last night.
chef's
Good
kiss,
humor.
it was so good.
'Cause sometimes it doesn't land, but
Mm-mm.
that was it was good last night. It was good.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's start. I want to go through the big winners of the night. Biggest winner of the night, surprise to no one, Kendrick Lamar took home 5
Mhm.
awards. This is his
Classic.
second year in a row that he took home 5 awards. He
Yeah,
swept the
that's
rap category
crazy.
again, winning Record of the Year with SZA for Luther. One of my favorite moments of the entire night was Cher.
Yeah, she was in oh, that was also just so fucking funny.
Just applaud because that
What a
was
chaotic
hysterical.
moment.
It's the fact that she came
Luther
out.
Vandross.
She comes out on stage, she does her little spiel, and then she leaves the stage when she's
She's
supposed to
like,
be
"Oh, wait, I forgot
presenting
to
Record of
present."
the Year. The nominees are announced. She thinks that she's supposed to be revealing it by looking back on the screen. There's nothing happening. She's just standing there holding the envelope and then realizes, oh, wait, I should open this and reveal the winner. But then she announces the winner as Luther Vandross, which she pronounces also incorrectly.
I know. Like a triple whammy.
And the best part about all of it is that after this all happened, she is standing with the crew of people who made Luther as if she was part of the team that made Luther. Like, I was this close to thinking she was about to announce the winner as La La Land and then correcting it to Moonlight. Like, that is the level of delusion we were at last night, and it was the best moment of the
I
show.
was like, "Is she okay? Is she losing
No,
it?"
but are any of us?
No. She was like, "I was just asked to come here tonight."
And then she kept apologizing to the people on stage, and I felt so bad for her because she really didn't mean anything by it,
What a
but it was just
queen.
such like a lady, I think it's time to sit back down.
Also forget how old she is because, like, she
Yeah.
looks so great, but, like, you can tell in the way she walks, like, she's so, like, stiff
Yeah.
and, like, she's done work to her face, but
Yeah.
queen.
I was actually thinking about that, how she looked much younger than I think her age actually is
Yeah,
gonna
I think
reveal.
she's, like, in her
She's
80s?
in her 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked great. But
Amazing.
yeah, so Luther took home Record of the Year. Bad Bunny took home 3 wins, including Album of the Year for DTMF, huge moment.
Mhm,
Billie Eilish and Phineas won Song of the Year for Wildflower, possibly the biggest surprise of the night, which I'm sure we'll get into. And
mhm,
then Best New Artist, Olivia Dean. What a moment. So I guess let's start with Best New Artist because this is the one that came first in the show.
mhm.
Going into it, the nominees, we had the Marias, Somber, Alex Warren, Addison Rae, Olivia Dean, Leon Thomas, Cat's
Uh,
Eye, Lola Young.
yeah.
Best New Artist medley. I loved it. I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
great.
They did that last year too, right?
Yeah, I mean, in past years, like the Best New Artist nominees wouldn't even get to perform during the show, and
Yeah.
if they did, it was with like
A
Yo-Yo
lot of
Ma or
people don't
something
let
random
perform.
or a
Yeah.
tribute. So the fact that the Grammys are evolving and are realizing that they need to give the platform that is supposed to be bringing these new artists up
Mhm.
and supporting them, giving them the space to perform, I thought was great. Of the Best New Artist candidates, which of their performances did you think was the best and which was the worst?
Best, obviously Olivia Dean, but I was very happily surprised with Lola Young, and I thought it was awesome that she did that as, like, a piano ballad instead of, like, the pop song it is because I feel like she has a great voice, but Messy isn't one of her songs that really highlights that, and I feel like she really, like, showed everyone, like,
Mm.
the pipes that she has on her. So
What a
that I was
moment.
pleasantly surprised by. Worst? I didn't, like, necessarily not like any of them, but I'd probably have to say Somber.
Yeah, it was fine. Not his
Yeah,
best.
and, like, it wasn't bad,
No.
and I like his music a lot, but I don't know, maybe his vocals weren't just, like, coming through the best, I don't know.
I was so pleasantly surprised by Lola Young. Like, what a
Yeah,
night for Lola
she
Young
was
between
insane.
the performance with the piano, like, offering that stripped back view of Messy, I have never heard like any performance of any song
Mhm.
by her in that format, but
Right.
also Messy, the song that we know so well as it is, to strip it back into what it now became was so moving, but also this being her first like return
Mhm.
to the stage after taking a
It was a
hiatus in her
perfect
career.
move. It was a
Really, really
perfect,
well done.
perfect move.
Another huge surprise of the night, her taking home Best Pop Solo Performance for
I know,
Messy.
that surprised me.
That
That
was
surprised me.
jaw dropped, couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. She ran away and was like,
I
"F, I
know.
didn't." She's
She
like,
was not
"Fuck, I didn't have
expecting
a
that.
speech." What a like,
No, that was crazy.
I was so dead
What were
convinced.
the other can you remind me what the other
It
ones.
was Daisies by Bieber, Manchild, Sabrina, The Subway Chapel, and Disease, Gaga.
See, I would think that would be, Subway or Disease,
Well, interesting. I picked, Sabrina.
but, like, vocally, that song's not, like,
Like,
anything.
it's more subtle in a vocal performance, but I feel like it often goes to a really big hit, which
Right,
it
right.
it ended up doing so, and I completely counted Gaga out in this category because Abracadabra was gonna get dance pop, which it did,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Disease being the weaker of the 2 choices, like, people have made me thinking we're gonna give Gaga in Best Dance, we're gonna give her Best Pop Vocal, we don't need to give Pop Solo, we could go to somebody else, which ultimately
Mhm.
ended up happening.
Yeah.
Sabrina was the next, like, big major
I know Sabrina
fish to
got
fry.
nothing.
Sabrina Carpenter, big snub of the night. She went 0 for 6
Yeah,
after taking home 2 awards last year and being one of the most nominated artists this year. Very
I
surprising, but granted, like, it
It's
was tough
surprising.
competition.
Yeah, it's surprising, but also I'm kind of not surprised because I just feel like Short and Sweet was so much stronger and,
Agreed.
like, Manchild wasn't as big as Espresso and Please Please Please, and I just think she kind of, like, just missed the mark on, like, taking those home.
Right, and after winning Pop Solo and Pop Vocal last year for an arguably better song and better album,
Right.
also within Best Pop Vocal Album, so that ended up going to Lady Gaga, Mayhem, which we're both
Thank
thrilled
God.
for. Hell
Thank
yeah.
God.
Um
Thank God.
Gaga joins Taylor Swift, Adele, and Kelly Clarkson as the only people to win that category more than once. So either
Mhm.
way, since Sabrina won it last year and Gaga had won it back in 2011 with the Fame Monster, either one of them winning would have led to this record now being added by one of them
Yeah.
by winning it by being a two-time winner of it. And for Sabrina to do it, but to do it in back-to-back years would have been so
Insane.
crazy.
Gaga deserves that more than Sabrina.
Abracadabra also won Best Remixed Recording, but it went to Gesaffelstein because he's the one who remixed it. I would have loved to see Mayhem take Album of the
I
Year.
know.
I
I
think
knew it wasn't happening once Pop Vocal happened.
why do you think Gaga didn't win Album of the Year?
I mean, I think Bad Bunny's album was just obviously, like, a behemoth, like, there's, like, no comparing to, like, how that record did commercially,
Mhm.
but also I just feel like this is the way the Grammys work, unfortunately, is, like I mean, I'm sure there's pop vocal albums that got album of the year, but, like, once she got that one, I was like, "Alright, there's, like, no chance."
Yeah, I mean, what they've been doing more recently is this, like, spreading the love kind of thing across the pop categories,
Yeah,
where I think back to 2021 when, like, Future Nostalgia won Pop Vocal Album, but Folklore took Album of the Year.
yeah,
And this spreading the love kind of mentality, it works a lot of the time, but then also you have, I'm talking Bad Bunny, he won in his genre category for best album and he took home album of the year. So
yeah,
normally the album of the year winner I would think would have the support of winning best album in its genre field, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way. And I think it's just interesting. Also, like the macro versus micro environment of the time right now with in Gaga as a artist, but also as the Grammys as a whole. This was album of the year was Bad Bunny's to lose. Like it was such a clear
right.
choice. It was a three-way race between Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, and Gaga.
That's the 3 I thought it was gonna be between.
But I think Gaga and Kendrick both came at it with a very similar approach of we're both now legacy artists who have such great
Right,
acclaim within the Academy, who have won countless Grammy Awards, but have never won Album of the Year. And this would have been the time to award
yeah.
them that prestigious honor.
Crazy, first of all.
Like,
That's
yeah,
fucking insane.
insane that Lady Gaga has never won a General Field Award. She has never won Album, Record, or Song of the Year, which is just wild to me considering some of the songs that have been nominated, like some of the songs that have been nominated between Shallow, Always Remember Us This Way,
That's
Abracadabra, because Beyonce just won last year with that
yeah,
exact same narrative push.
right.
Now, in hindsight, it kinda makes more sense to me why Kendrick and Gaga didn't take it, because if this Grammys Album of the Year prestigious honor is just gonna become this award that's given to
Because you
long
haven't
overdue
gotten it
artists,
before. Yeah.
yeah, like, it kind of invalidates the importance and the significance
Yeah,
of
like, if
that
you're
win.
gonna pick of those 3 albums, like, which one had the most impact, it's gonna be Bad Bunny.
Right, and just to think about the fact that DTMF is the first Spanish music album to ever win Album of the
That's
Year. What a
crazy.
moment. The speeches that he gave, I really thought were impactful in different ways. When he
Mhm.
won for the genre win, it was very political. It was all about Ice Out and how we're not
Yep.
aliens, we're not people who are taking over, like trying to shine a
Yeah.
light on the humanity behind everything going on right now, which was really impactful, especially as he gears up for Super Bowl this
Yeah.
coming week. But his album of the year win, first off, when they announced him as the winner, he just sat there in like disbelief for a good 15, 20 seconds, just like taking it in, like very clearly emotional. You see how much it matters to him. And he
Yeah.
gets up on stage, is speaking for the first half of his speech entirely in Spanish, like really just giving this on a more personal note to the moment and the significance of this win, what it means for him, what it means for Latin music, what it means for Spanish
No,
speaking
it's
people.
huge. It's great. It's an awesome moment, and I think he totally deserved that, as much
Yeah.
as I always want Mother to win, but
Yeah.
will never be mad about that going to Bad Bunny.
Right. A consistent theme that you saw is a lot of award shows don't have much meaning anymore. A lot of award shows have disappeared. The Billboard Music Awards, I don't think they even happened over last year. You have the
Yeah, I don't even
VMAs like
know.
fighting for relevancy, even though they're pretty
Yeah,
much extinct in relevancy terms. You
right.
don't really have the American Music Awards anymore. There used to be these precursors that led
Mhm,
up to the Grammys, the way that film awards have the BAFTA and all the different Guild Awards, the SAGs, the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globes leading to the Oscars. Music
mhm,
used to have that, but with all of society kind of moving past an award show over the last decade plus, you saw how much these wins meant to these artists. You see
mhm,
Olivia Dean crying on stage. You see Lola Young absolutely blubbering because she just couldn't believe that this moment happened. You see
mhm.
Gaga, who's won, I think, 16 or 17 Grammys at this point,
Still
still
crying.
crying on stage,
I was like, "Why are
accepting
you crying, girl? You've won a million of these."
it. But the fact, like, that makes it all feel so worthwhile still because
I
you
know,
see how important this
I
is. And
know.
you
Like,
could
as
go
much
through the
as
argument
people
that, like,
yeah.
awards don't matter and it's
Yeah, as
all
much as people wanna discredit it, it's still, like, an insane thing to accomplish, like,
yeah,
if you were up there up for it, you would feel that way too, and people are
right.
just, like, who sit on the couch are like, "Whatever, it's just a Grammy."
Yeah, no. It, like, still holds a ton of meaning. And then song of the year, probably the biggest surprise of the night, which, like, some
Um,
people say they saw coming. I
yeah,
guess now in
look at my
hindsight, you can
Amanda's
say,
playlist video. I said I could see Wildflower winning this because it's
"You
their
were right."
favorite girl that they didn't give any awards to last year.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this. This is, like, a deep dive that we need to have. How in the
Yeah,
world did Billie Eilish win Song of the Year for Wildflower when this album was nominated? Birds of a Feather was nominated last year, and it won nothing. And in an off-cycle year, with the competition she had, Billie Eilish won again, and she won Song of the Year for the 3rd time, which is
yeah,
insane.
didn't she make it what was the one she got last year for?
She won for What Was I Made For from the
Yeah,
Barbie movie. She won for Bad Guy. She won
yeah,
Best New
yeah,
Artist. She
yeah.
won Album of the Year for that year and Record of the Year.
What?
She's now tied with Adele for the most wins by a female artist in the general field of all time.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy. I
what a
think it
surprise.
counts because she released it as a single within the
Yeah.
period,
A lot of people were, like,
like a
commenting and DMing
post-album
about it.
single,
Yes, and
or
this
like
is
It
the
Goes to
topic I
Radio or
wanna really
something.
dive into with you about, is this right? Is it fair that Billie Eilish won Song of the Year for a song that came out almost 2 years ago?
I
Technically, what happened was that Hit Me Hard and Soft came out in May of '24. Wildflower was released as a single in
Mhm.
February of '25, which made it eligible for
It
this year's Grammys.
eligibility, yeah.
Is that right? Is it fair?
And when did it, like, go viral or, like, get big?
Probably around
That
end of
time?
20, very like, the very, very tail end of '24 is when I started seeing things happen with it, and then February, it was released as a single, and then it really started its chart takeover. It was one of the longest running chart hits of, I think it may be longer than Birds of a Feather, potentially, I think I remember reading
Yeah.
somewhere. It's a huge song, to the point that my friend texted me last night, she's like, "I've never heard this song." I'm like, "How?"
That's insane.
How?
I don't think it's fair because it's not, like, actually released, like, in the qualification period because we're talking about music that is, like, released in this, like, calendar part of a year. Because if we start letting all music, whatever goes viral on TikTok, like, enter into these competitions, then it's like, how are we gonna, like, determine that? Or, like,
Mhm.
that has to be a whole new system then. Like, I get it because there are songs that are gonna be hit songs years later now with, like,
Yeah,
the way that the industry works and TikTok works. I get that it, like, made sense because it was going viral within that qualification period, but then it's like, can't we have, like, fucking Murder on the Dance Floor, like, nominated? Like, I'm sure you can
totally.
release that as a single,
Yep.
in that year, then does that count? Like, I don't know.
Exactly, exactly. I
The
think it
only
has
reason it gets messy too is because, like, Best New Artist is kind of on that, like, compare like, it's like it's
Uh-huh.
not if you became an artist newly, you're not a new artist, actually, you could be here for 10 years and it's just you made commercial success, like, the Marias have been around for a long time, and you're just getting Best New Artist because you're going viral, so it's like, they're kind of implementing that already with that category.
I think these 2 categories shine a huge light on the way that the Grammys have not modernized as much as I think they
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
For Song of the Year, and this goes for Record of the Year too, we're just it happened with Song of the Year. Because music is so readily available with streaming, it's not like you have to physically go to a store to buy an album, or if a single the way that, like, it used to work is if a single was released at a point, you could go to the store and buy it, and you couldn't get it before that date. It was a
right,
physical single that you had to have ownership of that was released on a day. But
right.
because we're now in the streaming age where the second an album is uploaded, it's everywhere. I don't think that this rule should be in place anymore. I don't think it's right
Mm.
that a song from 2 years ago won the Grammy for this year.
Right.
Granted, it's a fantastic song, but it doesn't reflect the actual eligibility period. It feels like a way
Yeah,
of getting
I
around
agree.
it, and with Best New Artist, you can submit yourself up to 3 times in that category, and
Yeah,
in my head, it's like Best New Artist would be your debut album came out in that eligibility period.
yeah,
That means you're new. If you're Sabrina Carpenter, who's nominated for Best New Artist after releasing 6 albums, that's crazy. Either
I know.
rename the award Breakthrough Artist of the Year
Yeah, it's gotta be renamed.
or name it Debut Artist of the Year or something
Yeah,
like that to make it
or
very
they can
clear.
make a new category that, like,
Just Artist of the Year.
addresses these viral moments.
Right, yeah.
That would be awesome. They should do that.
Murder on the Dance Floor is a great example, or Joe's End of Beginning, which came out in
Yeah,
2022 on that
yeah,
album, Decide, from 2022, and has been number 1 on global Spotify for a month now
yeah,
in 2026. What's stopping him from submitting that song for Record and Song of the Year next year? Even though it technically came out, but it was released as a single in 2020, I think 3 or 4
yeah.
originally,
I
and now
think
it had this
Billy got
rebound
away with
again.
it because it wasn't a pre-album single.
Wildflower, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, but, like, the song was available the day the
Yes,
album
I
came out.
agree with
That's
you,
the thing.
but, like, Joe could never do that with End of Beginning because he released that I'm pretty sure, actually. I
I think
think,
it's
I don't
technically
know.
already
It
one.
was a pre-album single, so you can't, like, redo it as a single.
But what's stopping you from reissuing a single the way that you reissue an album?
I don't think that works actually for Grammy eligibility, and I don't think, like, there's a whole thing in the industry with streaming partners, they're not gonna push your shit again or whatever, or
Mhm.
place you on
No, I
the
mean,
list like a new release does.
I wonder if because of the backlash to Billie winning, and granted, like, I'm thrilled that she won this. Hit Me Hard and Soft was my favorite album of 2024. It's such a beautiful moment, but
Yeah.
Song of the Year, honestly, I was happy when I saw it because I was so dead set that Golden was going to win
I know,
Song of
I
the
thought
Year,
Golden was taking that.
and I'm so glad it didn't. But honestly, I was watching the pre-show ceremony, and when they did pop duo/group performance, which I think we gotta talk about, that didn't go to Apate, that didn't go to Golden, which
Thank
should have
God.
led to what we were thinking. It went to Defying Gravity.
And thank God it did.
Like, Ariana Grande now has a 3rd Grammy, but it's crazy that she only has 3.
That's insane. I didn't make a prediction for that one, but if I had the opportunity, I would say, how would this not fucking go to that?"
I honestly didn't ever think it had a chance because the voting period had started in November through January something.
Yeah.
And while this voting period for Defying Gravity is happening, Wicked for Good is out in theaters and getting trashed review-wise. Very mid-performance, got completely snubbed at the Oscars, didn't get a single nomination. And
But
I
Defying
honestly
Gravity
thought
is
that the
that good.
backlash and the negative reception to Wicked for Good was going to make this an absolute 0% chance of happening, but it won.
I know, but that doesn't, like, negate, like, what Defying Gravity is, you know? I thought the
Mad
movie's fun
respect.
too.
I'm so thrilled for it.
I know.
Grammys are gonna Grammy. Like, looking at the list of nominees, I honestly was struggling to pick a winner in Song of the Year because Song of the Year is awarding, for those who aren't aware, Song of the Year is awarding the songwriting, Record
Yeah.
of the Year is awarding the production, the mixing, the mastering, the vocal performance. So as a song with the best lyrics, because I just thought Golden was such a clear-cut choice, and granted, I didn't agree with it, but it was such a clear,
Right, I
obvious
didn't
pick.
agree. I thought Golden should have been nominated for Record of the Year. Like, that
Mhm.
song is lyrically not anything
It's classic, just like
like, what the
battle
fuck?
against the odds, overcome.
Children's songwriting. It's a great song, but, like, it's
We
not
will we
song of
do
the
need to
I mean,
give
it didn't
Golden
win,
some
so we're
flowers
good,
because
but
it did become the very first K-pop song to win any Grammy award ever.
yeah,
So,
that's crazy.
big moment for
And it's
K-pop.
deserved, yes,
Yes.
but not quite so I would've had no qualms if it was Record of the Year.
Yeah. It won for Best Song Written for Visual Media, and it will win
And
Best Original Song at the Oscars.
Luther, it could be for songwriting.
I agree.
Like, what the fuck is up with these people?
I
I
don't
don't
know. One of the most consistent trends during acceptance speeches was speaking out on the political turmoil happening right now in the US. And you heard it from Olivia Dean delivering a really powerful message. She's not
Mhm.
American, she's British, but she says proudly that she is the granddaughter of an immigrant. You heard Billie Eilish tackle it when she was giving her Song of the Year acceptance speech. You heard Record of the Year when SZA was talking about it. You heard Bad Bunny talking about it. Who you didn't hear talking about it that I saw made some headlines today was Jelly Roll,
I know.
and that made my skin crawl.
I know, I was like, "Since when was I at church?"
It was rough. Like, he made it super religi, which fine, like, to each
Yeah.
their own, but then after he won, I saw he was backstage doing some press, and he was asked about, like, commenting on what was happening,
Yes,
and
I
in the
saw
night.
that, and he's like, "I'm just a dumbass who, like,
Yeah,
doesn't read,"
I'm
but
like,
then, like, knows about Ozempic or something.
ugh. I'm like, on a night where everyone pretty much talked about it, the second you
Did
say
you
nothing.
did you also see the video of the girl who was, like, sitting in the crowd when, Billie was speaking, and she was like, "Oh, it's so cool of you to say that," like,
No.
girl.
No, but
There were
this
some
is something
repos in that house.
I wanted to talk about this, and I didn't know if we were actually gonna, like, organically bring it up. The difference in fan perception and conversation on different social media platforms over the last 24 hours is
Crazy.
crazy to me. I am seeing so much praise of people so happy that Olivia Dean won Best New Artist over on TikTok, but then on
Mhm.
Twitter, people are, like, ravaging her, saying that she didn't
I
deserve
know.
it, hating on her. I'm like, "What is happening?"
Someone commented on my Instagram post that they were like, "I don't know who that was that won Best New Artist." I'm like, "How do you not know Teen at this point?"
Granted, it's possible, I'll
Her
put it
song
out
has
there.
her songs have millions and billions of
Millions and hundreds of millions of streams. I will put it out there that there's a chance you didn't know who Olivia Dean was
Yeah, but,
until
like,
last
are
night.
you literally living under the rock that Jelly Roll says that he is?
Yeah, totally. But, like, even putting that as a possibility, to then come at it by saying all of this terrible stuff about how her music is crappy, how she's
That's
nothing
literally
special.
insane.
Someone said she's gonna end up like Esperanza Spalding and Samara Joy. I'm like, Samara Joy won a Grammy again last night. Like, what are we doing? Also, the hate for Billie Eilish is seemingly everywhere right now. Have
Really?
you
I
seen
haven't
that
seen
too?
that, no.
People are very unhappy
I
with
mean,
her.
only about the conversations about Wildflower, but not about her
No, not
specifically.
even about Wildflower, about her hypocritical political motions, how she'll post all this stuff about boycotting
Uh,
subscriptions to Spotify, but then is putting all of her music on Spotify and not removing it.
right,
Or
right.
how she's talking all about there shouldn't be billionaires, whatever, but she's living in this huge mansion. I'm like, listen, she's using her platform in a way to shine a light on issues happening. Is she
Yeah.
perfect? No. Is
No,
anybody perfect? No.
no.
But, like, I could not believe how much hate was coming towards her last night on social media, especially from Swifties. Have you been seeing that?
Okay, Swifties, relax. Your girl is a problem.
Like, let's not even
Let's not
let's go
offend
there.
this capitalist over
No,
here.
like bold, bold. And then Phineas posted last week or the week before a snapshot of the Billboard charts. And for whatever reason, Swifties thought that it was like an attack on Taylor. I'm like, not everything is about her.
No.
And like, it was honestly, I'm like, we're both huge Taylor fans. Let's put it
Yeah.
out there. Like, she's
Yeah.
been our number one artist
No,
on Spotify for years and
literally.
years and years now. We've seen her live. I don't even know how many times we talk about her more
I've
than
only
any
seen her
artist.
once, but
Okay. I've seen her like 4
I only
times, I
became a
think.
big fan since Folklore.
All right, fair. We've all been her
I only
biggest
got one
supporters.
opportunity.
We're allowed to comment on this and be able to look at it as a full
Yes.
perspective. The lack of Taylor at the Grammys last night, I wanna honestly say was refreshing
Yeah, it was
because I
good.
think back to 2 years ago when she announced Tortured Poets after winning for Midnights, and the audible just, like, sigh in the room felt so heavy, and then last year when she didn't win for any of the big ones, and it felt honestly kinda justified, in my opinion, and then what's gonna come next year with The Life of a Showgirl is going to be
If
a
that
whole
shit
thing.
means anything, done. I love Taylor. I love every single album except that one.
Oh, boy.
No, I mean, if Fate of Ophelia won something, I wouldn't
Fair,
be
fair.
mad. But
Nope.
that's literally honestly, that's, like, the only song I listen to off that album.
This seems like a great time to pivot
To
into
pivot to next year,
2027. Who do we think is going to be names in that conversation?
Zara Larsson.
Wow. Hell yeah, I'm here for that.
I started seeing a lot of her movement online over the past year, but I feel like the past month or 2, it's, like, seriously exploded. Midnight Sun is trending. Her
Mhm.
videos and views have, like, millions and millions and millions of views and likes, and that's how it happens, is, like, you get that virality, and
Yep.
it's happening for her right now, and I think her album should be, like, in the eligibility cycle, right?
To check because Midnight
Midnight
Sun was
Sun.
nominated for Best Dance Pop Recording and lost
But
to
maybe
Gaga.
because I was a single.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but
But, like, I think
the album drops September 26, 2025, which is the same day that Doja Cat's
I
V
love
dropped and The Art of Loving Olivia Dean. So Midnight Sun as an album is eligible. I will say, in
Yeah,
my
wait, so
opinion,
is Olivia's album eligible for next year,
next
not
year.
this year? Okay, I
That
was
was a
like, "How the
question I was
fuck is
getting
this
asked a
not
lot.
nominated?"
Yeah, no, a lot of you were DMing and asking and commenting on videos about Olivia, why Olivia Dean didn't submit Man I Need or Nice to Each Other for a Grammy this year when she was submitted for Best New Artist. And to be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't choose to push Man I Need because it came out
So
August, I
you
think,
could
15th.
choose to do it this year or next year.
Well, I don't
I
know if
don't
they can
understand the
submit it next year.
eligibility windows,
I don't think they can submit it next year because it was
but the
released.
album can be.
Yes, it goes back to the whole Billy of it.
Yes,
Man I Need was
it's the
released as
single.
a single before the album came out August, I think, 15th of 2025. So it was eligible in this year's
Right,
eligibility
right.
period, but for whatever reason, her team and label chose not to push her for it, and they wanted all of the focus on Best New Artist, and clearly it worked because she won.
Yeah,
So I can understand why they chose not to in a way that let's put all of our eggs into this one basket to make it very clear she is the Best New Artist choice
right.
rather than having someone say, "Oh, do I have to decide between giving Olivia Dean Best New Artist or do I want to give Man I Need Best Pop Solo Performance? Maybe one, maybe not the other. Which one holds more weight? Best New
Yeah.
Artist does in my eyes." So I get why they didn't. I just found it very surprising, but it wasn't like a eligibility thing. It was fully eligible. They just chose not to push it. And
Interesting.
also it makes it a cool opportunity for next year when The Art of Loving is inevitably nominated for Album of the Year to give a little bit more steam so it's not already a Grammy winning album the way that Mayhem was, because Die with a
Yeah.
Smile won at last year's show and Mayhem was submitted this year.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit of a strategic play. No one other than the people who were in the room know the answer, but that is my take on it.
Right. I also think Zara being it is gonna be similar to Charlie, where, like, she had a big hit a long time ago, kind of became irrelevant, and has completely rebranded herself perfectly. Like, perfectly.
They
Yeah.
need a song to
Another
move
push,
forward.
yeah.
What's gonna be the song that's gonna make Zara Larsson this official pop star?
Yeah.
Because Stateside's happening, but it's a Pink Panther-esque
It's
song,
starting to
much like
happen with Midnight Sun.
but that was already nominated this year, so I'm
Yes,
thinking
but it
what's
could
gonna
elevate the
play next
rest of
year.
the album, but or, like, another song. Like,
Right.
Olivia, I feel like is just like a now is like a snowball of this is, like, when it happens to the right artist, like, for Chapel, for Sabrina. Once one of those start to go and, like,
Mhm.
when you know it's the right artist and this artist is meant to be big and not just the song, like, it's like a catapult of, like it just keeps, like, so easy to fall in love, like, Lady, like, everything has its, like, own, like, separate viral moments happening.
Right. Zara Larsson, Olivia Dean, we think next year.
Harry's gonna be in there somewhere. On the country music side, Ella, because you know that she is Miss Country Hit in the top 10 right now, so I know your ass has seen that.
If you read this week's Now Spinning
I did.
newsletter, you would see that I talked about Dandelion. I liked it.
Really?
I liked it a lot.
I'm a big Ella Langley fan. I also have, like, a huge crush on her, but that's besides the point.
Well, she's having a moment. She's I would
Yes,
be
so
shocked if
I
she's
can
not
see
Best New Artist
her
nominee.
being obviously in the country categories, but, like, I'd be really interested to see because country music obviously has had this whole, like, wave of, like, popularity and,
Yeah.
like, coming more into the mainstream, and I know we've had that in the past with, like, Miranda Lambert, but I feel like we haven't had it in a while, so I'm really interested to see if someone besides Beyoncé, like, makes it into, like, the main categories, you know?
Mhm.
Like, if Choosing Texas becomes, like, this really, like, super
It
smash
could.
hit, like, will it be song or record of the year? Is that, like, a crazy thing to think?
Not at all. Not at all.
Like and that'd be so sick for country music, even though there's a lot of problematic people in country music, but
Yeah, but
I
I think
love
there
it.
was a clear, like, absence of country this year because Beyoncé wasn't a factor, and that was what brought it up last year to the main show, and
Mhm.
you had Jelly Roll, who won this year, which, again,
Yeah.
didn't necessarily feel
We
like
had
the most.
Shaboozey in Best New Artist, you know, we've been having some of it, but
It's been a slow burn, but I could see
yeah,
Ella Langley being a push next year, bringing it
yeah,
to the forefront again. I think we already have, like, 5 of the 8 potential Album of the Year nominees, and it's
yeah.
February of 2026. You have
Mhm.
Rosalia with Lux, you have
Yes,
The
yes,
Life of a
she's gotta be
Showgirl, Taylor
nominated.
Swift, you have Kiss All the Time, Dance Occasionally, Harry Styles, The Art of Loving, Olivia Dean.
Mhm.
It's not confirmed that it's coming out yet, but a lot of people are thinking Beyoncé's 3rd act in the 3-act Renaissance Cowboy Carter
Favorite
project is gonna come,
author.
Rock Driven, that could be a major player. Who else?
Also, if anyone decides to surprise us this year, Rihanna,
Oh,
can you surprise us, please?
one can wish. I forgot,
It's been
Bruno Mars.
10 fucking years. Oh, yeah,
Ridic
Bruno.
Bruno Mars, The Romantic. I think we should talk about Bruno Mars last night. I think we should talk about Bruno Mars because he actually ended a
I
streak. I
mean,
think
he's great.
he has won a Grammy for the last 5 years straight, and
Has he?
last night broke that streak.
Was he nominated for something?
Apathy
Right, duh.
this year. He opened the show, Rosé
In my
and
mind, that's
Bruno.
just like a Rosie's a rosé, right?
Yeah, he performed last night. He performed I Just Might, which debuted at number 1 on the charts. It was his 10th number 1, and it felt pretty meh to me.
I mean, I think he has a great voice. He has, like, soul. He can move on stage, like, great
Mhm.
performance, but he just doesn't do it for me.
I felt the performance was a bit uninspired, and also
Yeah.
the song
I didn't
itself,
like
like,
the hearts thing going on.
it's a good song.
I
It's
don't
a
like the
great
song
song.
either.
It's a good Bruno Mars song,
It's a
and I think
Bruno Mars song, but, like,
it is a
more
Bruno
of a
Mars
Bruno
song.
Mars
It's just
song.
become so second nature to expect this exact sound to him, and a lot of people were commenting when I first posted my reaction to it and thoughts on it that, like, it felt like an AI song by Bruno Mars, and I
Yeah.
get it. Like, it
Yeah,
sounds
that's
exactly like you would
exactly what
expect
it
Bruno
is.
Mars's music to sound like,
Yeah.
and I'm curious because clearly he's loved by the Grammys. He's had hit after hit after hit. He won with Silk Sonic and the album and Leave the Door Open and getting nominated with Apate and winning Album of the Year for Uptown Funk, and That's What I Like, Song of the Year, and there's so much Grammy love for Bruno Mars that I'm very, very curious, A, how the reception to The Romantic is going to be, given the fact that it's coming off a lead single that, yes, charted well first week, but a lot of people feel a little redundant. But now also
I
seeing where the album's gonna go, is it going to be more of the same? We're gonna find out in 3 weeks, but
I
I'm
feel like it
very curious.
started because it's Bruno Mars, and then, like, the general, like, millennial Gen X people are listening to this, like, on top hits and the radio.
Right.
And, like, I feel like I could be
It's
wrong, but,
mass
like, I
appeal.
feel like it's gonna die down unless it, like, goes mad viral.
Another potential player, Noah Khan.
Oh, yes.
Great Divide. He was nominated for Best New Artist in 2023. They tend to give love back to those who were already given love in a Best New Artist lens. I would love to see this. I love this song.
Oh, yeah, it's phenomenal. In a great new direction that's, like, not like Stick Season Part 2.
Yeah. And that speaks in direct comparison to what we just said about Bruno Mars, who's coming back after a long hiatus, first solo album in 10 years to put out basically the same thing he's already been doing.
Yeah.
Noah Khan, been going to be 4 years since Stick Season.
Mhm.
This song, The Great Divide, it got me. Like, I think this may be the best thing he's done. I love this rock direction from
Really
him. I
good.
think it is electrifying. That guitar line that makes up like the backbone of the song has been stuck in my
Mhm.
head since the song came out. He's evolving, he's changing, he's showing that he can
Yep.
retain the same singer-songwriter energy that made him such a figure in folk pop when Stick Season dropped and the impact it
Mhm.
had, but now moving a little bit towards like a grittier angle. I
Mhm.
love this
Yeah,
song
it's a little
and the
edgier.
music video from last night too.
Yeah, so cute. Love. I hope you settle down, I hope you
You
marry
marry rich. All right. Best moment of the Grammys to wrap things up and worst moment of the Grammys last night.
I would say best is Bad Bunny winning and, like, him crying and the whole speech, and it was just so cute, and it made me happy.
Mhm.
Worst, I guess I could say Jelly Rolls preaching.
Oof, oof.
Like,
Tough
I'm
night.
sorry, you're talking to the wrong crowd.
Yeah. My pick for the best is also Bad Bunny's win and the moment, and,
Yes.
my other best pick for best moment was Olivia Dean winning Best New Artist. Literally a dream
That's
come
a
true
big
for
one for
her,
you.
a dream come true for your boy here who's been shouting from the rooftops
Yes.
about her for too long
Alex has
now.
been telling me about her, I wasn't listening.
Honestly, like, one of the best parts of last night for me was seeing you guys who were watching the videos and DMing me and commenting, like, how you found her because of me talking about her or thanking me for introducing you to her, and, like, that makes this platform, like, worth every single second of work that it entails.
Yep.
The worst moment of last night was, I have to say, the Alex Warren moment. It made me really sad. Not in, like, it
I
was
know,
bad
like
because
I
he
know,
was
but it
giving
wasn't
a
the
good performance and
worst,
the
like, I
visuals
mean,
were there. I just felt
sucks.
so bad. It made me really sad.
I know, I was like I, like, could tell it started happening, and I, like, started to cringe, like, "No!" And then I, like, see him take the innie out, I was like, "Oh my god, something's wrong with his innie."
Yeah. He made up for it. I will say, like, there was a good, like,
Yeah, he
5 or
ended
6-second
totally good,
stretch, which
yeah.
was not good, and then he caught up and he ended better, but I just felt so bad.
But
Like, you
what
dream of
Alex
having that
Warren
moment.
does is he knows how to, like, make situations the best that they can be, and, like, he literally is going so viral right now talking about it on his I'm like, "You're getting more attention from this moment than, like, you probably would've if you did
Right.
the performance the right way."
Right.
So it's like, obviously, you don't want your first Grammys performance to be like that, but, like,
He's
he's
making the
gonna
best of
win
it.
from it in the end.
Yeah, agreed. Another Grammy, you're done. Amanda, thank you for coming back to Mars. If you wanna stay here, you're more than welcome to. We're
Thanks.
happy to have you anytime. Feel free to plug yourself where people can find you.
Amanda's playlist on Instagram and TikTok.
She's a star. Give her a follow. And a big thank you to all of you who have tuned in throughout all of Grammy season. This has been so fun. It's always a highlight of the year for me, for Amanda, for both of us together to get to talk about music and the awards. Make sure you're following and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast providers. And I will see you all next time. Bye.